in the world is this? Revolving walls, hidden rooms, disguises. What is Barbara Gordon's secret?
Always sticking your nose in my business. Well, this time I'm going to teach you a lesson.
As long as you're holding class as Penguin, perhaps you'd include Batgirl, too.
Batgirl? Batgirl? Batgirl!
Batgirl?
I don't know who you are, young lady, but you certainly know how to handle yourself well.
Holy agility, I'll say.
Thank you, dynamic duo. I'm sure you could have handled these crooks without my help, but I was glad for the chance to join in the fun. Oh, crime fighting is a serious matter to me, too, Batman, but we might as well get a few laughs out of it.
We'd better see if Barbara Gordon's all right.
Now what? Another surprise? A Batgirl cycle in a secret freight elevator?
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Let's go.
Hello. What is happening?
Sorry. The sound went down. There we go. We're still getting all the bugs out, folks. Sorry about that. What's up, everybody? I'm Lorenzo. This is my comic son, Marcus, also known as Circumstances. He's fingering his books as he's known to do from time to time. And every Wednesday we get together and do this thing.
Comic book gatekeeper. That's me.
A comic book gatekeeper. That's him. Whatever. That's him. So welcome. We're doing this Wednesday show every week, and every week we talk about the books that we picked up. We occasionally have a guest like we do this week, and we also sell things that help keep this channel going. And those things are sold at the Alternative City Shop.
I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City Shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that are called CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique.
That's weird. I'm wondering if I'm doing the higher definition broadcast or stream, not broadcast, it's a stream, and I'm wondering if that may have something to do with the slowness of everything or something. So it keeps getting buggy.
It's probably it's slow on StreamYard is slow, is what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, the StreamYard is slow. Like I pressed the button and it didn't, the promo didn't play right away and everything. But anywho, so that's too much under the hood talk. So how the heck are you, son?
I'm doing well. It is New Comic Book Day once again, and we are back for another one. I put the link in the chat for the CBC Awards, guys. Lorenzo is up once again for Best Reviewer. We're up against stiff competition, obviously, but we're going to do our best and get our votes in at cbcawards.org for my man Lorenzo. Let's get over there, get it done, do our job. And also, Comics Curing Cancer is coming up here. First weekend of October, guys. Get ready for that big, awesome comic book community-driven event, raising money for the American Cancer Society. We hit $51,000 last year, and we have big hopes of increasing that this year. So plug in for that. But all of that is out of the way, guys. Let's get to this chat. We got the homie. Oh, we actually have the lovely Miss Janet. We've got to start with her, of course. We're going to be okay, guys.
Yeah. Absolutely. Every day.
We also have the man, the myth, the legend, Larry Love, also known as
Larry Love and the Quiet Storm. I can't find his
Space Case. Another one of our regulars is here. What's up, Space Case? Appreciate you joining us tonight. Rip to James Earl Jones, by the way. Larry Love did mention that, and that was a big one. That was a really big one. Losing James Earl Jones. He's so many iconic characters. Many of us know him as Darth Vader, but for me, honestly, he's King Jaffa. You know, he's the king of Zamunda. Is the thing that I know him most for. What would you say you know James Earl Jones most for?
Oh my God! Was he the
Say
guy
in the
that
chat,
did
you guys?
The coconut thing? No, that was Jeffrey Holder that did that. He had a very similar voice back in the day. Yeah. What do I know? Probably Darth Vader. Also, what's the movie he did? The Great White Hope. That's one of his first big roles.
He was a looker. You see some when he passed, they showed some pictures of him. He was young and he had those eyes, man. He was a good young chap, man. Tell you
handsome
what,
young fella.
Rest in peace to him. Icon of my time, and it's always, and this is why it was such a big deal, is when the icons of your time pass. You know, there's celebrities, but then there's icons of your time.
Yeah,
and James Earl Jones is absolutely an icon of my time. So
we're seeing more and more of those pass. Unfortunately,
the older you get, yeah, I'm sure you've seen way more than me, but I'm starting to see quite a few myself. You know, we got the man behind the CBC Awards, Brian LCS, is here. What's up to the homie? Thanks for joining us tonight. Like I said, cbcawards.org. Get your votes in. Stapled Spine Horror Zine is here. The homie Jack. What's up? Good to see you as always. The PNW is always well represented here. You know, there's no.
Just saw Jack this weekend. In fact, I
was
down there in old Portlandia.
I saw you with Damien and Fatty Boom Batty, John Stott. So yeah, I always love seeing you guys together, but there's always a hint of jealousy. I'm like, oh, I want to be there. It's so fun. But in you, Lorenzo, you know, you just black don't crack. You know. You look good, man.
Well, thank you. You look marvelous yourself, huh?
You do.
Wonderful.
We could be brothers. I think we could convince people. I think we could pull it off. So shout out for that, man. You're doing well for yourself. We got Mojo88 in here. What's up, Mojo? Good to see you. Another one of the regulars. Appreciate you joining us. We got my man, Cali Comics, in the house tonight. What's up, John? Good to see you. Love that dude. Check him out on YouTube if you have not checked him out already. Great dude. And check out him on The Hunt over with Tony Sanders every other Friday night, guys. A great time they have every Friday night over there. Check the homie out. But that is everybody in the chat. Let's get to the book. We got a guest tonight, so let's not waste any time. I got my books. Did you get your books?
We do have a guest, and yes, I did get my books. I want to sideswipe the NFL real quick too, because both of our teams won by the skin of their teeth. One team a Super Bowl contender, one a Super Bowl pretender. So
I feel like we dominated the game though, because even if they get that touchdown, they still got to get they were going for 2 actually, and so
they were going for it. Oh, they were going to go for it. Yeah,
fucking tight when I thought they scored and they said they were going for 2. I was like, oh no. But it worked out. They called it off. His foot was on the line, undeniably so. So we get by Chicago. Yes. Caleb Williams plays like absolute trash. 93 yards passing. But somehow, some way, the Bears pull out a win.
Bears fans know how, man. That defense, that's been the story of the franchise for years. Offense gets the glory, but defense wins the game when it comes to Chicago. And they're still sticking to that, but hopefully young Caleb will come along. I think he will eventually. It's good to see young Justin also won his game too, or that his defense won the game for him too. So everybody's defense has got everybody's team's got a great defense. That's great. So
they are
keep going. Let them off the hook.
Let him off the hook. Rest in peace to Denny Green.
Oh, I know he had passed. Oh, wow.
If you want to crown him, then crown him.
Crown their asses.
Sure
literally crown their asses.
Let me make sure.
He didn't. No, he said he want to crown their asses, man. Oh, that was awesome. And that team went to the Super Bowl. That was kind of a pretender, though.
2016. So yeah, it was a while ago.
Wow, the year we moved out here. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Oh, bless your heart, but she's a little bit biased, but I'll take it.
2016. Damn, I wasn't ready for that. Yeah, but she ain't lying though. Janet ain't telling no lies. Hopefully I can keep you rocking and rolling well, because you know what I'm saying. My black ain't cracking either. You feel me?
Oh yeah, you're looking pretty good there, sir. Looking very good. Hey, Miss Katie, how
is here. CBCAwards.org. K-pop is my rival for the category that I am up in, and I say vote for K-pop, guys. She is pumping out indie writers. She is supporting independent comic books. She is doing real things in this space. So go ahead and give K-pop the vote. That's who I'm pushing for, guys. I'm just out here doing BS. So vote for K-pop, y'all. Okay, back to it. My bad.
All right. So I'll get to a little bit of the stuff that I picked up. Might as well before our guest comes on. I'm gonna start with the stuff I got from Portland, India. If I can make the thing work here. There you go. Yes. One of the first things I got was from a young man. His name is Scott Hazelwood, and he has I think he has a YouTube channel, but I'm not sure what his YouTube channel is. But I know he has Instagram, as everyone does, and it's Scott JHPDX on Instagram, and he made this thing called Escape from Wrestle Planet, and he was kind enough to let me check out an issue of it. It's an ash can. It's a very cool looking thing. He's a big wrestling fan.
Looking indie as fuck. You know we love that.
Oh yeah. Oh, we do indeed. We do indeed. A little bit of a darkness there, but you can make it out.
Yeah, I can see it great.
And, oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So Scott out there doing these ash cans, man. Whenever I see ash cans and these mini comics, it makes me it just makes my mouth water. That's one like I should be doing that.
Your heart.
Yeah. Yes. Like my good friend Jack here. yes, man. Yes. Awesome, man. I meant to get some shots with Jack, man. Not shot, but some pictures with Jack. But we hung out Saturday night, and I got some pictures with the other guys, but I forgot to get one with Jack. But man, we went to the Staple Sounds studio. I did like a little promo thing for him. I can't wait to see how that comes out. But man, good stuff. All right, so what I picked up also from my good friend Damien, who let me was an act of kindness with this Spider-Man number 96, which is the first in the I forget the drug issues they call them, because the Comics Code of Authority did not see fit to give the comics stamp to this book because it talked about drugs, don't you know? So eventually it didn't mean a damn thing because everyone dropped the Comics Code Authority. But this is a very cool Spidey book. I'm a big Spidey fan. Spidey and Batman are my mainstream.
Did you see my new Spidey book?
No. What is your new Spidey book? Let me see it.
I won it from DJ Links.
Show it again.
She is. It's right there.
Oh, that 300. Is that the one?
8.5 newsstand. I won it from DJ Links. Channel. I got the big prize, guys. So I own an ASM 300.
Wow.
How dope is that?
Wow.
I can't believe it, man. By far the coolest book in my collection. Okay, back to you.
I used to have that other book and I foolishly enough sold it, because I thought, I'll find another one somewhere else. I haven't found one yet. Someday we'll be together. And one of my favorite places, Cosmic Monkey Comics in Portland, had a table there. Only bought a couple of books, and one of those tables I went to was Cosmic Monkeys. And this is the Rare Flavors 1 in 25. And they were selling number one. Rare Flavors number 1 in 25. And they were selling a lot of these 1 for 25s and variants for $10. So this is a
I would go ham on that. That would be fun.
Yes. They just let me. I was led right to that box. Like, oh, what's this box? Just one box here. It says variants on it. I'll take it. Another one of those was this one, which is the Gleason variant 1 for 25 of number 32. I'm not sure which volume of ASM. I think the most.
Who's the writer? Who's the writer? Doesn't say.
Doesn't say because it's a.
If it's Nick Spencer, then we know, but I don't think it's Nick Spencer. That probably is the new one. Yeah,
I think it is the new one. This is number 32. So I think, well, they've hit 32 a while back, so it's been around for a while.
Yeah. I can't believe it's already that far. I dropped off at 6, and that doesn't feel like that long ago.
Well, that's okay. They'll reboot anytime soon. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And this is Sacrificers number 3, 115.
I hear good things about that one. I know you love that one.
I do.
That's a great
love
cover.
this one. Yes.
We're
another
all
$10 book.
We're Rick Remender fans around here.
We are. And I'm also a big Dan Hipp, HIPP fan. This is a 125 for the new Golden Age. This is super cool, man.
Yeah, I like that.
Such a style.
I got a great Batman cover from Dan Hipp that I love.
Oh yeah, that's one of the milkshake.
The incentive cover.
Yeah.
I think that.
Does he bring more boys to the yard? And this one is a 125 for the Nasty, one of my faves. I have not seen this one anywhere, and this I put $10. Oh,
I bet it's one of your faves. The Nasty.
Of course you would say that, sir. Of course.
What? I'm saying I bet you love that book. That's all I'm saying.
She can have it if she wants it.
Of course. Nasty number 1 of 1 in 25. Have not seen it anywhere. And that Nasty is going to be a thing, I think. The book, that is. Don't you know? And also they had some I'm sorry, that was all from Cosmic Monkey. This was just a couple of ladies that had a booth. I've not heard of them before. They know who they were, but they had also a lot of variants, and they had some Peach Momokos and some Scotty Youngs. I didn't get any Peaches that I like, but I got this Scotty Young Deadpool number 1. This is the latest Batter Redder Blood, or whatever, one of those series that Marvel comes up with about blood. Don't you know?
Don't you know?
And this one,
Okay, I found this on the web for Is It Marvel Comes Up with Blood. Check it out.
It's series. Oh, can't say that name. You can't say that name.
Government listening devices always listening.
That's right. You wonder why we always talk about this. You wonder why you talk about shit and all of a sudden you see a commercial for the stuff you talked about. It's not a coincidence, don't you know?
I'm sure I've said it before. Real quick, I'm sure I've said it before, but I'll say it again. The book 1984 by George Orwell. I thought it was a dumb book because I did not understand that things like Alexas and Siri's would be listening to us at all points in time, dude. I did not understand how prophetic that damn book is. But okay, go ahead.
It's totally prophetic, man. And I've been embracing SIRI for quite some time. Yeah. In fact, we're so tight now. Whenever I say her name, she says, "Huh." Like she's my ex-girlfriend or something. You're like, hey, what's up, baby?
That's the thing that I did not understand.
Familiar with you?
I thought that it would be something that would be forced upon us and we would never accept it. I did not understand that we would welcome it. I did not get that part.
They have trained us well, sir. AI is here. Like, should I be happy about that? Well, I guess I should be happy about that then. I've been told I should be happy about that, so I guess I'll be happy about that. Anyway, they lube us up with SIRI and Alexa. I don't have anything Alexa, so I can say her name. Anyway.
That's what I have Siri on my phone. I have Alexa in my kitchen. So yeah, I'm part of it. I am in with everyone else.
I know, right? Heard his voice behind me, like, who the fuck is that talking? Oh, it's her.
2 plus 2 is Judgment Day, Cali Comics Terminator. That's what 2 plus 2 is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh
K-pop.
God.
Yeah.
K-pop. Exactly right. I think we've been paying attention. Yeah, but this is not a drill now. It's happening.
We're all part of it. Like, even if you don't have the Alexa or the Echo, whatever that, whatever they are, you still have a cell phone, and the cell phone is the
Of course.
same damn thing.
Sure. Whether you want it or not, whether you disable her or not.
What up to the homie Phil? Never enough Phil's. Good to see you, homie. Thanks for coming through.
There is never enough Phil's.
We also got Gabriel coming in with some weird. Is that spam or? Yeah, that must be some kind of spam, right? Chat disk volume 8766 plus. Is that a spammer that we're dealing with there? What do you think?
As I lean forward and look into the thing, yeah, probably. So yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's like a Bible verse, I don't know, like John 3:16 or some shit. I don't know. Hallows Eve #3, also a Scotty Young joint. Quite a banger of a cover. Not a significant issue, I don't think, but just a cool cover. Sometimes his composition and his colors are just like so on point. It just makes for a great book, a great cover at the very least, because he's a cover specialist now, don't you know?
Yeah, I'm reading his book now, actually.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, that's pretty cool.
Great writer as well.
Yeah. The last thing is, speaking of composition and everything, this is Spider-Man #1 by the same Scotty Young, and this is one. This is a little bit. This one was $10. The other two was $7. But yeah, sometimes
Scotty's a little more. People love Scotty. If you go to a con that Scotty's at, Scotty has one of the longest lines. At Heroes Con, I was supposed to get a book signed for Beckerman, but I got all of his book signed except for the Scotty book because his line was just always absurd. He's very popular.
Yeah.
That's Kansas City right there, by the way. Scotty Young's from KC.
Yeah, I know. KC in the house. Yeah, I didn't spend much time in the line. I mean, in any lines. I just, well, you know what? I got so many stories I could tell. I'm not going to tell them now. I was going to bring the guests on a few, but it was an adventurous weekend. I didn't drive down there. I took the Amtrak. That was an experience itself. That was fun. The ride down there was kind of like a transient hotel on wheels. It was like it was an hour late, and it was like, wow, I can see how they've not funded the rail system in this country, and these are the results of what.
Did they have Wi-Fi? I mean, was it nice or was it all terrible?
It was terrible. The ride down there was pretty janky. It was late. It was a old funky smelly car, and it was like, oh, they just started the shit storm that my day turned into. But the ride back on Sunday was actually a more modern car, and it was like the double decker, so that was a little bit nicer. So it was like a little bit of each. It could have been, I guess it's just not investing in that.
Is it me cutting out or is it him? Guys, let me know in the chat. I think it's him, though. Pretty sure it's him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think he's back.
I want to see if I can change the... Can I change it? Is it too late now to change it? Audio,
Scotty Young,
layout.
Scotty Young is 46 years old, by the way. Oh, yeah. Oh, Phil was on top of it. I'm late. Phil beat me by a mile.
All right, I just changed back to the old definition, so maybe you'll have mercy on us now. It will stop. We were like, I don't know if anybody else knows it, but we were like pinwheeling, and I could tell like some bad things were about to happen. So anyway,
you froze on our end.
Yeah, y'all froze on my end, so I was like, oh, something's wrong. So I reduced the definition, so hopefully that will go back down to analog, and please bear with us. All right, so guests coming up here. Dismay Comics is coming up, and I want to show you their trailer real quick. So I'm going to share the screen. Don't you know? Let's see here. So the Gallows Man. The Gallows Man #3 is coming up. So we're going to check out the trailer they made for that Kickstarter. And here we go.
it's the Gallows Man. Witness action, humor, grotesque violence, and everything in between as the Gallows Man and his team try to stop the Nazi threat that has infiltrated their city. My producers are saying it's Adam West Batman meets Inglorious Bastards. Whatever the hell that means. Well, what are you waiting for?
Uh-oh. I think he froze again. Uh-oh. Kickstarter link for Dismay Comics is in the chat. I'm assuming that he is going to come back.
These chicken
There we go.
nuggies be bussin', gang. Would you like to see a dead body? Morpheus, Dorpheus, Orpheus, go eat some walruses. Someone's getting a visit from the BB monster. There, I said it. I said it all. When will you let me go?
All right, then. All right, so we're going to bring in our special guest, Dismay Comics. Remove this one here. I can figure it out. And welcome.
Hey,
Dismay
thank you for
Comics.
having me. I was worried at first my trailer had killed Lorenzo. I was like, oh no.
Oh,
I made such an awful trailer that it killed someone.
You can't pin it on the trailer. It's just that my clunky system or whatever. I can get
Before we get started, how tall are you, Brandon?
6'7".
You
6'7".
freaking, you freak!
You are not 6'7", really?
Yes,
yeah.
he is.
Like,
wow, that's awesome.
CJ
There we go,
one day, this wasn't on like Insomnia. It was like a private chat we had with a couple people. He was like, I was talking to someone. They're like, "You're 6'7", right?" Because I'd mentioned it. She was like, "There's no way." And he saw my door over there. He's like, "Go stand by your door." And I stood up and I'm right there with the door because most doors are 6'8". So
yeah. That's crazy.
Wow.
CJ, he's such a New Yorker. Prove it to me.
Yeah.
I have to ask a standard question to probably ask all tall people. Do you play basketball?
I played for fun back in high school and stuff. I didn't really like our coach, so like I just played with friends and stuff like that. And that's also a plus side if you're tall, like you're just always center. And it's even better if you're just playing half court because you don't have to move. You just stay at center, you get rebounds.
Yeah.
That's all you do. You do take backs, that's all.
You know what they say about big shoes.
Playing the pivot. Yeah.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, I'm a size 14. Not in the analogy route, but it just shows like freaking giant feet. What sucks about that, the reason I bring up the size 14 thing is like a pet peeve of mine with shoe places is usually the third or fourth choice for me is the shoe I have to get because they don't have the size in my first choice or my second choice, my third choice. Even at like a Nike like depot place, like just a Nike shop, it's the same way. It's frustrating, but that's tall people problems.
I know Shaq has those problems too. He had to get custom shoemakers for his.
Oh
his
yeah. He's like size 22 or something.
Insane.
Yeah, it's insane.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For sure.
God.
We got really.
You have
You're
to be
kidding.
rich
In
when
the
you're
house.
that big.
He says you should have been a basketball player, so he's feel like you wasted it. We got Wilbur in the house. What up, Wilbur? We also have Marcus Aurelius joining us as well. We're talking to Brandon with Dismay Comics. Link for his Kickstarter is in the chat, guys. Back to you guys. Sorry, done.
Yeah, my next comic will be a basketball comic. It'll be because everyone has always said I should play basketball. I'll do a what if Brandon played basketball, and our team, because the team that was there when I was in high school, they went to state for the first time. this what if is they don't go to state because Brandon's on the team. That'll be the what if.
We'll never know. We'll
Wow.
never know.
Wow. Hey, well, I don't know if everybody else is going in and out, but I'm going in and out a little bit. So
Yes.
I'm gonna just soldier through. If I say something crazy, it's because I didn't hear what was said before. So just ignore me. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the questions and stuff like that too. So Marcus, you can jump in too if I don't make sense. You can ask follow-up questions and stuff like that. So that's your assignment.
I got you.
All right. So thank you, sir, since you decided to accept it. So the Gallows Man, that's quite a book. I read the first one. I was like, wow, this is the reality of this is like, it's kind of like in the past, but it's like an alternate past.
Yeah.
They're probably Nazis on American soil, it looks like, in this book. And the Gallows Man does not play. The Gallows Man is like, he's literally hanging people. And his sidekick is called Noose Boy. And they hang the criminals. None of this Batman non-violent shit. It's like, oh no, the Nazis get hung. That's what happens to them. So tell me a little bit tell us, I should say, not just me. Tell the folks out there about how the Gallows Man came to be.
So you mentioned the Batman thing. A big influence of how this comic kicked off, like back when I first wrote in 2017, it was first a feature-length script that I had wrote. When I started writing that, a big thing I was looking at for influence and stuff was Golden Age comics. And a lot of Golden Age comics, I'm not for the comics code, but I understand the initial thing of what they were trying to do. I understand the initial thing. They just swung too far. They swung too far, and it's had horrible consequences since. But I understand the initial thing because in the Golden Age, you had heroes who are like, not all of them, but you have heroes who are just like killing the bad guys and all this stuff, like shooting them, choking them out, all that sort of stuff. And a little 5-year-old can pick that up. It's up to the parent. They can decide 5-year-old picks it up or not. But it interested me that take or how society was at that time where 5-year-old can just pick up this comic or like horror comics at the time. It just had like some scary, horrific stuff on the covers, and 5-year-olds just like, oh, interesting. But I took that idea essentially of like, what if you had this society of superheroes in the 1940s, this world that had that same mentality of like classic our heroes in Golden Age. It's like, yeah, go get them, like go kill that person. Yeah, like little kids are reading the comic in the 40s, like, yeah, go get them. And essentially doing that with Gallows Man, where the whole society is like, yeah, go get those guys, Gallows Man, kill that mugger. Yeah. It's exploring, and I'm not saying this is the whole comic, but like if you read into it, it is like the desensitization of violence, because it's definitely a thing in at least the US, like desensitization to violence. But exploring that a little bit within this world and just hyping it up. It's very, very exaggerated. But you don't have to read into it. Ultimately, the book is Adam West Batman meets Inglourious Bastards. And when I made the concept, I still haven't watched a full episode of the 66 Batman show or the 60s Adam West Batman show, because I don't want it to subconsciously influence any future stuff with the Gallows Man. It's definitely inspired by that, but it's mostly the clips and the memes I've seen over the years, like Adam West running with the bomb over his head, or just different stuff like that. Them climbing up the wall and stuff when really they're just like leaned over in real life, that sort of thing.
It's often an opening clip around here.
Yeah, it was inspired by that, and with that show, with that fun campiness, I wanted to do that because like I love comics, and whenever I wrote this, like comics were the biggest they had ever been. Comic properties are the biggest they've ever been. I wrote in 2017, late 2017. This is a few months after Infinity War came out, a few months before Endgame is fixing to come out, sort of thing, to where it's like, comic media is everywhere. Superhero media is everywhere. It's super saturated by this point, by late 2017. So when I was writing, I was like, I've always wanted to write a superhero thing, but I want it to be different than what's coming out. And there are like fun stuff like the Tick, like satire and funness, like the Tick or Flaming Carrot, that sort of thing. But I wanted to add some violence to it, kind of like a weird juxtaposition of the fun campiness of Adam West Batman, because that's the thing with Gallows Man. No nudity, no sexual themes, no drug use, no smoking, no drinking, none of that stuff. But I rate the book rated M because of the over-the-top violence sort of thing. Because it is a big juxtaposition. It's that's also why I say Adam West Batman meets Inglourious Bastards, is because Tarantino, I'm not saying I'm Tarantino by no means at all, but Tarantino in a lot of his movies, he will have this narrative going forward, and then something like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that last 20 minutes, it's like, holy crap, like where did this come from? Like this is insane. Like the violence is just
alternate
crazy.
histories.
yeah. Like, it gets like over the top violence with some of those movies, and so it was just kind of molding those together. And the biggest influence was, yes, I need to do some sort of shark repellent or something. But in the 1960s Batman show, whenever a punch was about to happen, you never saw it connect. It was about to connect, and then bam, pow, bang. And then you see the aftermath. After the pow or bang goes away, you see the aftermath, the bad guy's in handcuffs or he's on the ground, that sort of thing. And I took that. I was like, okay, let's have that. Let's have that for the action stuff. It's about to connect, bam, pow. And this aftermath is, hey, the guy falls down and breaks his neck on a table. Or, hey, this car crashes into a wall. This is issue 3. This car crashes into a wall and all the bodies are burning. And so it's like, it's over the top, essentially. It's taking that concept and throwing in Tarantino stuff in it.
That Taylor was doing some serious damage. It took out a couple of guys, I think, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, it was a lot of home-based accidents to this guy.
That's what I love about the book. I love the kookiness of it, the silliness of it. That is what makes it fun for me.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And the fact that the first issue of, what is it? Not Baron Swastika, but
Major Swastika.
Major Swastika, yes.
He's
parts.
very much, he's very much like just the embodiment of like the craziness of this idea, because Major Swastika is the main villain. He's the Nazi cult leader, but above all, he just like loves the swastika symbol so much to where he's putting it on his face and all that stuff. He's just an over-the-top Nazi villain who has an Elmer Fudd speech impediment.
I was going to say,
if you read the dialogue, it's very much like, oh, you drank sulfuric acid, you fool! Like just different stuff like that. Like it's fun.
Yes, and in my head, I'm imagining him talking like Elmer Fudd or maybe like Mike Tyson or something. You know, like So my way is the enemy. You know, that's really a clever thing there. Oh wow!
Thank you.
So we see Major. Is it Major? Major Swastika, Major Swastika in the future issues as well. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, because he's a good recurring character. God, I lost my train of thought. I was going to ask that thing about the list, but you came right out with it. But that's that was a great. That was like, okay, this is pretty crazy. And then the first issue, that's actually a pretty big book. That first issue. Are all the books going to be like extra long length like that?
They're like, I'm not saying for people to do this, but you could, and this is no one's copy, so don't be like, oh my gosh, he's bending it. This is my personal copy. I can do whatever. And this is also the
mine must be in mint
cover.
It's nice, strong cover though, right? I mean,
yeah.
It holds up well. Yeah,
you can do this and beat someone with it. But this is the issue 1 cover, and it's a thick book. It's just issue 1 is 52 plus pages. Issue 2 is the same. Issue 2 is 50 plus pages or 52 plus pages as well. And then issue 3 is the longest one. Issue 3 is 60 plus pages. It's like a staple bound mini graphic novel, basically. These are like, they're not your standard size comics. They're double, sometimes even triple the length of a standard comic.
Wow, that's a lot of comic for your money right there.
Oh yeah. It's one of those things where we work on this so long and make sure everything is just right, to where sometimes, because like between Gallows Man 1 and 2, there was a year between those 2 releases, between those Kickstarters. But my justification of it is we're trying to get it just right, as well as, sure, we could break it up and do a 20-page comic every 5-6 months sort of thing. But the way I have the story structured, which I think is the best way. I'm biased though. I'm the writer. So someone could read it and be like, your way sucks. I completely understand. The way I have it structured, it needs to have this breadth for the pacing to be just right with each issue. And so when there's like a year or year and a half or whatever between issues, it's because we're making sure it's the best it can be, as well as you're getting a mini graphic novel each time, basically.
Okay, that's very cool. Now, Gallows Man in his secret identity is actually a mortician. Is that correct?
Yes.
He works at a mortuary.
That was something that was like crucial that I wanted to do, of all these little things that like even his bike, like people might see him riding on his bike. His bike is green and purple. It's the same color as his costume. It's all these like obvious pointing to like, oh, Gallows Man, the superhero thing, but no one sees it sort of thing. It's just fun little stuff that I like doing. And then, like the mortician stuff, there's some wild stuff with that. It's the 1940s. Things, they know sanitation at that time in terms of our real life. They know decent bit of sanitation at that time, but not as much as we think. And so I just hyperized that to where it's like, yeah, they're eating their meals right on the dead body, right next to the dead body sort of thing. Yeah.
right on the dead body. And it's almost kind of Frankensteinian the way that they're preparing the bodies. Am I missing that? Like they're cutting up,
like cutting the bodies up and legs and buckets and all this stuff. Yeah, we with like that 1-page montage of like the mortician work stuff. We're like, let's just do this dumb over the top montage with it, basically.
But rim shot for Marcus. Guys.
I know, right? Hey.
He'll be here all night, guys.
That's right. So does that come into play without giving away obviously anything in future issues? But him being a mortician, does that somehow come into play with him being Gallows Man in the upcoming books, or just another mundane job for him?
Ultimately, it's mundane job. It's the thing that like he ultimately likes doing it because he enjoys his boss, Mr. Johnson, who's this old like kook kind of, who just thinks like, oh, I've got a conspiracy theory about all these bodies that are coming in, sort of thing. Just a random guy. He has old peppermints he keeps in napkins, and he'll open them up, and he like that little tiny stuff like that people might not notice is just stuff I've seen with other people,
like my grandmother.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I had my either great grandpa No, it was my
Mhm.
great grandpa. He did that sort of thing where it's like
Yeah.
a mint or something like that. No, you don't
Yeah.
throw it away. You put it up,
Oh,
save
yeah.
it for later. It's weird. But
Put that shit in your pocket or your purse and save it for later, you know.
but yeah, you see
Depression
more
mentality,
of,
I guess. I don't know.
you see more of that job in issue 2. You also see that guy, the boss in Tales from Town City. There's a story, a 5-page story with him in it, where he's having to doll up these dead villains that are brought in. And he's very
Oh.
much, the story, it's only 5 pages, but he's very much like roasting the names of these villains and stuff because they're all animal based names. And some of them fit. It's like, okay, your name's the frog. You're dressed in a frog costume. Makes sense. Checks out. Then it's like, you though, like, I don't know. You call yourself the walrus, but you're dressed in like a tuxedo and you waddle around a lot. If I would call you the penguin or something, but okay, well,
Yeah.
but I see you got like a whiskery mustache, so I guess that passes. Then goes to the next one. It's like, I have no clue about you. You call yourself the Jackal. You're just wearing like a green business suit, like a green mobster suit. Like, call yourself like the Green Gangster or something. It's not a great name. It's better than the Jackal, but it's just him like all these dialogue word balloons just like venting to himself of like, this is stupid. And then right after he cremates them. So
Yeah, oh, Mr. Johnson looks a little bit like he's pretty close to the mortuary himself. He's
oh yeah,
almost the same color as the cadavers.
yeah, it's very much
Like
got
he's
a
very
Albert
healthy.
Einstein thing going on.
Yeah, yeah. Now the motivation for God, I'm saying the Hangman, the Gallows Man, excuse me, the Gallows Man, to become the Gallows Man, it looks like was the death of his brother, and his brother
Yes,
was
yeah.
also a superhero. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
So is there going to be
That's
more insight into that whole origin story at some point?
yeah, that plays a crucial role in the series. This mini series is like, this is the kickstarting event of like, okay, these Nazis are back. This threat is back that was a part of and responsible of the death of his brother. And so that's what gets him, no pun intended, roped back into this sort of thing. And trying to, I really didn't mean that. It was the only word that came up in my head.
I know, you're writing this book, you got to use every pun under the sun, to make it work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. All the road
it
jokes
is
are
a
totally cool.
it is a crucial thing, like with the 4-issue miniseries, is like this motivation and a lot of times you do see like you'll see it definitely in issue 2 of the happy jovialness that is with this character. That's very much an Adam West Batman, but like it kind of breaks away for a second, but then it's like, enough with that, enough with all the tears, let's get back to going, chum, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets a little heavy sometimes, and then
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
jumps right back to the to the frivolity or
It's almost like
the fanciful stuff.
yeah, it's almost like there's some times where like they break out of the and it's not like a meta book, but it almost feels like sometimes where it's like oh, like this actually is sad. It's like, oh no, I'm in an Adam West comic basically. I got to be happy. Oh, let's keep going, sort of thing.
Yeah, there was the scene where Gallows Man's brother is murdered right in front of him, by the bad guy. And it seemed like it's like such an over the top scene. He takes the swastika and just, like, dude, I think he's dead. Just keeps going. So just like hits him another time. Okay, but hit him again. Okay, I think he gets the rest of these says
stuff like that. Stuff like that is definitely like I mean, there's multiple inspirations, but that's very much like Tarantino type inspired, where it is something like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where you have this story going, and then you just have like crazy violence. I'm not going to try to spoil Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for anyone, but if anyone has seen that movie, that last 20 minutes goes 0 to 100 really quick.
It
So
does.
it's kind of that sort of thing, like jolting you.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
Tarantino-esque in there. And then the scene after, he says, "Well, the next thing I knew, I woke up tucked away in my bed." Like, I guess the bad guys, like, not only spared his life, but they tucked him away. I guess they
Yeah, and I
have a
also
bedtime
I
story
like
too.
with that type of narration and stuff. I always like to have like little funny narration because when I think of like the voice for the Gallows Man, everyone has their own voice for any comic you read. If you read a Batman comic, you have your own voice for Batman. If you read a Superman comic, you have your own voice for Superman, sort of thing. Like when you're reading it. And for me with Gallows Man, it's always like a deep and kind of like serious, chipper voice, but it's stuff like I woke up the next morning and I was tucked into bed. I was so sad I couldn't get out of bed, like all that sort of stuff. I like adding dumb little funny narration here and there.
I would imagine the late great Phil Hartman doing the Gallows Man voice. Maybe would that be a good fit, kind of that direction for you, or
I think
a
that's
little bit
pretty
more
good.
masculine? Yeah,
I could see
and
him
I
doing it.
found
Yeah.
myself tucked away in bed the next morning. Yeah,
Rest in peace.
yeah. So wow, that's pretty awesome. Who would you, if you were to fill out a Hollywood cast for the cast members? Who would you cast for Gallows Man and Newsboy and Major Swastika, the three main leads?
Man, that's tough. Like I know these are like very opposite, but this might seem like of course you're going to do like big Hollywood name, but like Chris Evans is someone that comes to mind for me for Gallows Man. The only reason I mention that is like not just the Captain America stuff that he's done, and people, like most people have seen his comedy stuff through the recent Deadpool and Wolverine movie. The thing is, though, he's been doing comedy for a long time, and the specific one I want to note is Not Another Teen Movie. He's hilarious in Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah.
And
Forgot all
based
about
on
that
his
one.
performance there, I could see him pulling off like a Gallows Man, where it is like it for people that haven't seen Not Another Teen Movie, his character a lot of time, I'm not saying it is this, but it's almost the delivery of like Leslie Nielsen type stuff in Naked Gun, kind of where it's like he says this bit of dialogue and he's serious, but you're laughing because the dialogue was like dumb and he's saying it's serious, sort of thing. I can see Chris Evans doing that. This is a weird one, but the who's the guy? It's Patrick something. He plays Joe in Family Guy. Like, hey, Peter. I forgot his name.
I can't think of the actor.
I know you're
that
talking
guy.
about.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it would be interesting to see. I think he also played the Tick, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
In the 90s movie,
Oh.
I think.
Oh yeah, that's the guy. Wasn't he like also on Seinfeld as
Yes.
Elaine's-
Yeah.
Yes.
Elaine's
Yeah.
boyfriend,
Tick, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that voice. Yeah, I got the voice.
It's
now, yeah.
weird, but
can totally
I could
see
see him
doing
doing it. I think part of that is like because I've seen him do the Tick, so I can see him fit into that sort of Patrick Warburton.
Waterbugs got it right there. Patrick Warburton. Yeah, that's it. Putty, yes, Putty. God, what a great character.
Yeah, Putty.
Yeah, I can see him doing it too. And that would make a lot of those lines just like hilarious.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially like
Found himself tucked in bed the next morning.
Yeah, hearing him say stuff like that would be great. Little kid
And
actors
he's
like
Brock
with
Sampson,
Newsboy
too.
is tough. He is Brock Sampson. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I forgot all about Venture Brothers. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, man, you're a Venture Brothers fan too? I love it.
I like it. I like it. Newsboy, I don't know a lot of the little kid actors because I was gonna say like I guess Timothy Chalamet, but they're not Timothy Chalamet. The kid that was in the room,
Maybe a grown man.
Room. I
Oh,
forgot his name, but
didn't
he's
see that
now like
movie.
16 or
Only saw the
17
trailer.
years old. So it's like,
Yeah.
I guess whatever kid is willing to put on an executioner outfit. and
Now, if it were an animated movie, a grown
that's
anybody
true.
could play the voice.
That is
Yeah,
true.
so you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
the dream filmmaker or director, I know this one's, there's two that I've thought of before. Is it's weird, but Robert Rodriguez would be interesting because I want to see this like somewhat low budget, weird sort of. I think Robert Rodriguez can do that sort of thing. Or like the people that made Psycho Gorman. That was a horror movie that came out a few years ago. They made it on like $40,000 or something, and it's like hilarious. They have like the villains are like these alien cosmic villains, and they look like Power Rangers villains and stuff, but it's like very funny. It's over the top dumb humor, stuff like that. That's always like the dream, like whenever you're dreaming about your stuff, it's like I could see those guys like nailing this sort of thing.
Okay. And the big one would be Major Swastika. Who would you imagine playing him?
Whoever is willing to do it. That's the thing. Like it'll
Mike
be
Tyson would do it. You totally do it.
It'll be a
totally
funny
do it.
role for anyone. It's just, yeah, like that role, like ultimately the Nazis are the bad guys. Spoiler alert for the series, the Nazis lose. Crazy, I know. The Nazis get the comeuppance by the end, to put it lightly.
Yes.
But yeah, to dedicate your time in wearing this mask and all this stuff, whoever's jacked and would be willing to do it almost, and can do an Elmer Fudd speech impediment. I say, there you go. You're there.
Yeah, I stand by my Mike Tyson casting, so I think that'd be the best.
Oh yeah.
It'd be more
If
hilarious
Mike
if
Tyson
he's unmasked and there's a black guy underneath the mask. It'd be even more hilarious. You know?
If Mike Tyson did it, it would be wild. Especially, if at the end there was an unmasking or something. Like
that would be fun.
Unmasking. It's like, holy crap.
What? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. All right, man. So before we let you go, and the link is in the chat, and here it is right here. Be sure to support this man's comic, Dismay Comics Kickstarter, the Gallows Man #3. Marcus tells me you have some other books called.
That was
Dismay
my
Comics.
question.
Strangely
That
enough.
was my question.
Yeah.
Are there going to be any more?
Stole your question.
There will be. There's going to be at least one more issue of Dismay Avenue. That'll come out in 2025. It's almost done. We've just been working on this one story. Like, we're just trying to get this right. And plus the artist's life things came up with him, some health concerns and stuff, but he's doing okay now. But that story, Dismay Avenue, is my horror anthology series. And so there's multiple stories, but that story is like, it's experimental for me. It's experimental for him because it's a black and white story. And it's very like, it's not watercolor, but it feels in that vein. And it's also a silent story, like no onomatopoeia, no dialogue. So very experimental for both of us. But yeah, horror stuff, Dismay Avenue 3, definitely 2025. If people want to check out my horror stuff as well, like this Kickstarter has Dismay Avenue 1 and 2 in the add-on section. So Dismay Avenue 1, all self-contained. It's one story. This one it's a 40-page story. It takes place at a movie theater. It's a date night that goes. Oh yeah. I still think about this because the reason I still think about it is the first 15 to 16 pages are directly a date I had. And then the rest is like, what if it did go this weird psychological horror route sort of thing? So there's that one. And then there's also Dismay Avenue #2. There's 4 stories in this one. Each one just varies. It also varies in art. Like this one, let me see. I got to always show this page because I love this page. You have very much like manga type art in it. This is like very much like Junji Ito-esque. Like both me and the artist of this love Junji Ito. So we're like, let's put our love
awesome in. Page. I love that page.
Yeah, there's beautiful. That. There's also like very like watercolor, like weird dream, surreal type art. And each story like has the different art and stuff.
Yeah.
There's more contemporary type art. And then the weird one is always you have like Dr. Seuss type art. There's one story that's like Dr. Seuss art, and it goes in a weird direction. But yeah, for those that are interested in my horror stuff, it's available in the add-ons. You can also get Tales from Town City as well. This is its own thing. It is in the Gallows Man's world, but you don't have to read the Gallows Man to read this. It's the very minor characters of the Gallows Man. Gives them some stories and this sort of thing. It's an anthology.
I just remember that I've got to read that still. I just remembered I got that, but I haven't read it yet. I need to go find that.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that one.
My earphone cut out. What'd you say?
I was saying I bought this one from you, but I forgot to read it. I've got to go find this book and read it. Yeah. I realize
this one, when it comes to like all the comics I've made so far, whenever I'm at a convention, or it wasn't a convention, it was like artists come by and they're like, hey, like I'd like to buy one of your books. Which one do you recommend? And I list them all. And sometimes people will be like, what's the one that like you think is maybe not best? They don't say that, but maybe like the one you feel like represents you the best in terms of your ability. And it's always this one. Like, this is the one where like, I'm always like, here you go. This will be the one where like, if I try working with a future publisher, I will be like, check this out. Like, I'm proud of all my work, but this is the one where it's like, check this out sort of thing. But yeah, all my comics are available. Thank you. Yeah, all my comics are available. Gallows Man 1 through 3, if you're jumping in for the first time, you can get that. There's also Tales from Town City, that's available. In the add-ons, you can get the horror stuff. There's a mix of all kinds of stuff. There's also original art that you can get as well. Some original pages done by Thomas Tikas, who is the cover artist for the Gallows Man, the main cover artist. He did these great pieces. This one is Gallows Man and Newsboy sporting I Heart Town City shirts, and the heart is a noose. Very, very
$169 for that one.
Yes,
you want
and
it,
also
it's available.
And also with these, it's not just the art page. They're art bundles, so you get the art page, and you get like all the comics plus the variant covers, all signed, plus all the sticker sets, plus all the PDFs of the comics, plus all the PDFs of all the scripts of the comics, and then like a few other things I'm forgetting right now. So you get the art, and then you also get a ton of other stuff. And there's also this piece as well that is Gallows Man and Newsboy enacting their brand of justice, basically.
This is one of one, guys. First come, first serve.
One.
If you are interested in and this isn't like cheap paper. This is like a thick Bristol board. It's almost cardstock, just about. Yeah, only one of each of these. These aren't copies. I keep them in nice Mylar sleeves. And they also come with the preliminary sketches. This isn't on the back of the paper. It's a separate paper I slid in there. So the preliminary sketches are there as well. Amazing work by Thomas Tikas. Like, I love his art.
Indeed.
I'm going to be gambling. I'm going to be gambling to pick that one up if no one else does. Come on, Chiefs.
Yeah, man. I might have to pick up some of those add-ons that go with my Gallows Man number 3. Man, that's awesome. All right, well, man, thank you for bringing that by, Brandon. That is great stuff. And
thank you, Lorenzo.
That whole concept of a town city. Oh, go ahead.
And I'll just say, I have backed all of Brandon's Kickstarters. I've loved all of his Kickstarters, and I can't wait to get this one. So thanks for coming on, Brandon.
Like, Marcus has backed my stuff. Like, this is how far it goes. Like, 2021, I think, is before Manny changed his name to Nerdtastic News. When it was Chamorro Cinema, I was on Manny's show a couple times, and Marcus was in the chat, and I was like he's been following the.
He found you over there, and then also with Gary B. I saw you.
On Gary B. as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So we've been doing this a while, brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know. Well, thank you, Marcus, for bringing and Gary B for bringing Dismay Comics and the great work that Brand is doing to all of our attention. I know about that. Man,
Thank you,
but
guys.
best of luck, sir. I mean, check out the link down below.
Very
the link in the
close to
chat,
our
and
goal.
support
but
this
we
We're
project.
very close.
Very close to the goal, but obviously, guys, we want to
Very.
blow past that goal. So don't let
Yes.
that stop you.
There's a ton of stretch goals.
It just started today, right?
They're
Yeah.
fixing to start. Like I just checked. It's went up. We're $14 away from hitting the main goal. $14.
It started yesterday, though.
You're a cinch to get that.
Yeah, when it started. Yeah,
yesterday. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, it started noon Central Time yesterday. So it's hasn't even been 36 hours.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if anyone is interested in any of these books or just interested in supporting Dismay Comics as a whole, definitely check out this stuff. Check out the trailers. Check out the pages and stuff. I give a ton of preview pages in these Kickstarter campaigns. So there's 6 or 7 preview pages of issue 3. There's 7 preview pages of issue 1. You get a good feel of the storytelling, the pacing, the art. And if you like it, please back. If you don't like it, that's okay. I gave you enough.
If you don't like
material,
it, fuck off.
I gave you enough material to make your mind up. I didn't give you a couple pages. I gave you a bunch to check out.
That's for damn sure. You definitely got your money's worth if you back this project, folks. So,
yes,
man,
you do. They're nice books. They're
right
really
down
nice
now.
books. And I have multiple ones because I bought all the covers too. So I love these books.
And with your books, I treat them nicer than my personal copies. I promise. I don't do this with your copy. I basically put on gloves with your copy. It's just my copy. I'm gonna read through it, sort of thing. But yeah,
I want them CGC worthy.
I'm not sending mine to CGC. But definitely help support this. $14 away. Once we hit that, there are big stretch goals coming. There's 3 stretch goals, and if we surpass those, I have a couple more ideas, sort of thing. So, and there's also backer giveaways. Every 24 or every 25 backers we get, there's a sticker and bookmark set. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I won't do it. It hurts me sometimes because it's my own book, but yeah, every bit helps. So thank you guys.
And also, before you go, Dismay Comics also has a YouTube channel where he discusses all kinds of indie comics things, which we love indie comics around here. So that link is in the chat as well. Let's get that subscriber count up, guys. Sub up to my man.
Yeah, definitely check out. Yeah, thank you, Critical. Yeah, thank you, Critical Entertainment. That guy's great.
Right on.
Like, definitely check out the YouTube channel. You don't have to watch the podcast if you don't want to. I get it's 2 hours.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Like it. I like it because me and my buddy do dive into like deep topics, whether it's indie writing or talking about Batman's poop or whatever it may be. We dive into some deep talk. We had a over 2-hour discussion about The Crow, comparing with the 1994 movie. The 2024 and the 1994, over 2 hours we were talking about that. It was insane. Because we both went into the movie theater like madmen and took notes. We had paper and pen. We couldn't see our notes. So once you get out of the theater, your writing looks like Arthur Fleck's writing.
What is this?
It's horrible. But we were able to make it out and do the video. But check out the podcast if you want. At the very least, check out the clips. We have like 1 to 2 minute clips. I edit those. I think those are really funny. There's some Todd McFarlane little joking on his Spawn intros sort of thing. We do our own Todd McFarlane impression and stuff. Check out that stuff. It's funny stuff.
Yes, I love podcasts too. I just almost forgot to ask about the podcast. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
That's right. I appreciate you. All right, folks, check out the podcast and back this project from Dismay Comics. So, man,
you have to
stopping by, Brandon.
Required.
Had to. Glad he did. All right, sir. Have a great night, and man, Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Later,
Take care.
Brandon. You tall bastard.
You losing, folks? Oh, there we go.
Finally,
All right. So
again, the comic book gatekeeper is here. Check with me before you even get into this community.
Oh, and Critical Entertainment has a Kickstarter as well. Thank you for shouting them out, man.
Heck
Link is also in the chat, folks.
Yes, they are also getting very close to their goal, guys. So if you want to see indie comics, you got to support indie comics. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes, SP2, that is correct. All right, man, that was a great guess, and way to bring on another great one. Surcam, you're amazing.
I finally did something.
All right, so
how about it?
You always do something, man. Oh yeah, plus I got my books I picked up today as well, which is not a whole lot actually. Come to think of it, let's go breeze through those real quick, and then we can do a what's good. Do you have anything for what's good tonight?
Not today, but next week I have one.
Next time for sure. All right, no worries. I know it's very difficult. I didn't read much myself this week.
Blame yourself.
Oh man, there you go. That's what I always say. Blame yourself.
She can have it if she wants it.
No, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Anyway, blame yourself.
But she can though. Phil,
but you can. That's just a standing thing there.
Reminds me, Phil, Hannah Wanningham shared this reel today on Instagram, Phil, and she is officially the finest woman I've ever seen in my entire life, any age. I'll send it to you here right now. Okay,
who is this again?
Hannah Wanningham.
Fine woman.
She's from Ted Lasso.
Oh.
She's Rebecca from Ted Lasso.
Oh, okay. That show I haven't seen. Yes.
She's so beautiful. I can't handle how beautiful she is. It's crazy.
I have to find a photo of this woman just to talk about.
She drives. I'll send you the same
upon her beauty.
She drives me crazy. I'm like a little girl. I can't handle
crazy.
I can't handle it.
I find it hard to believe. Oh,
send it to you too,
did they make? I haven't gotten mine yet from Tfaw. I think I ordered like more than one copy, and I think they went ahead and put the trade dress on there. But that was a great cover, even with the trade dress. But if they left it alone and left the trade dress off, it would have been even better, even more better. Wolverine, as you just said, has been rebooted again. This is volume God knows what. So this is the first one. There is some kind of first appearance and some blah. There you go. So there's that. Second one is a Marvel also, the Ultimate Black Panther. Also still behind on it. I'm not caught up on this either.
Rip to John Cassidy. I was actually not real familiar with his art, but I've seen a lot of love coming out for him. Only 52 years old. 52.
Thank you, Phil. I met John Cassidy at it was the same show where I met Michael Turner. It might have been the Canada show in 2000 or 2001. I forget which. And man, he was really cool. He actually drew. I wish I could find that book where he actually he drew a Captain America, I think it was, or maybe something in my sketchbook. Back in the days when guys would just like draw stuff like that for like little or nothing. We give them a tip or something like that, but it would be like a 20-minute line to stand there if you're lucky. But he drew something for me and he signed I think a Captain America. He did a Captain America run for a while, but he's known for his, I think, X run, I want to say, for his not the Uncanny X-Men, but the Astonishing X-Men run, I think it was. That's what he's one of his big runs. But man, young dude. I don't know anything about it, but man, that's very sad. Very sad. Haven't caught up on Geiger yet either. But I'm
caught up. I have not read this issue, but I am caught up. I love Geiger. It's one of my favorite books. I am 1,000% locked in on this book.
That's why I'm a little ashamed that I'm not. This is one of the ones that I'm behind on, because I'm not supposed to be behind on the indie books, only the mainstream.
Geiger is so good, guys. Go lock in on the Ghost Machine. I love all of it.
Everything Ghost Machine. Just sub to it. Transformers number 12, I want to say. Yeah, so I get to decide whether I want to go to number 13. This is my magic number. The Domain, not the public domain, but the Domain, the revamped version. This has been very good as well from Image.
Yeah, I need to get started on that one. I am pulling that one, but I have not started it.
Yes, the Domain and the public domain. We're both pulling those, and as we all should. See, Profane has got me, man. I've been a little mixed about the concept about this character in a detective novel becoming sentient, becoming aware that he's a character. But the idea intrigues me so much. I gotta just like write it out now. So number 4, I think number 5, it's a 5 or 6 issue series. So 1 or 2 more issues, and hopefully Peter Milligan is gonna have a great ending for this nice short series. It works a lot of nice tropes from the detective genre, which I love very much. And Red Before Black is, I did a review of this one, standalone review. You can look that up if you're interested in this. This woman is a special ops person. She's doing something for the FBI, and she's also got some kind of thing where she just in the middle of a fight or without warning, she'll just drift off into like another reality. A literal, she'll leave this reality and go somewhere else. So I gotta see what's happening with that. Last couple, 2-3 is Space Ghost number 4. I think this is number 4. Yeah. Michael Cho just keeps doing all these awesome covers. Movie poster cover. It's on the thumbnail, so I just had to have this. All my favorite books covers are on the thumbnail, as they should be every week. Might not be able to afford those 1 in 100s, but I'll put them on the damn thumbnail. It's the best I can do. Santos Sisters was just in Portland, where the Santos Sisters were born. I've had this for a couple of weeks, thanks to Greg and Fake, who sent me a promotional copy or a copy, an early copy. And this is an awesome book. This is a great thing. And the last one is the penultimate book from last week, and that is Time Waits from I got Chip Zdarsky.
Is he writing it, or is someone? I couldn't tell.
He's
if he
co-writing
it.
Him and David Brothers, who was also at the Motor City Con, and they were at the distillery panel. Oh, I got some banging panels, man. I normally don't. I have kind of like not gone to a lot of panels at shows recently. I spent my time looking for books and just and hanging out with people, of course. But I would stand in line and wait for stuff to be signed and look for books all day. This one I didn't do that so much. I only bought a handful of books that I already showed you, and I didn't get anything signed. There were some people that I would probably want a signature from, but I didn't. So we just watched the panels. Damien and I and John Stout, man, there was some banging panels, man. This distillery one was super cool, and there was also one with Patton Oswalt with the World of Minor Threats. That was probably worth the trip down there, man. Patton Oswalt is something else. And there's a thing where it was on this panel too, because it was your girl that does Sweet Paprika, Mirka Andolfo. Yeah, she was there.
That's Evil's comics girl, by the way. I can't take her from him.
You can't take her from Evil to fight you about that.
Yeah, he'll mess me up. You don't play when it comes to her.
I don't blame her, because she's a badass, man. That woman, man. I'm sure I'm gonna make a video eventually, probably by this weekend, about the stuff. And I took some video of her drawing stuff. She did in less than 20 minutes. She did this beautiful, detailed drawing, because they had the Cintiq hooked up for some of the people on the panel, and she was the first one to go, and she banged out this beautiful, what could be a cover for one of her books in less than 20 minutes, without any underdrawing or anything else. She just like totally corrected herself and did everything perfectly, and she just and it was just like jaw dropping. I would say eye dropping. It was jaw dropping. It was a feast for the eyes. And Chip Zdarsky was going to have to follow her, right? Because everybody was doing drawings, except Becky Cloonan, who did not want to do it. And she's kind of like me, I think. She likes to draw in her own privacy. But Chip was lucky enough to have to follow her, and Chip was having none of it. He was just like, man, it was vintage Chip. He was like, I don't know, he ended up just drawing like this very primitive Batman and like a Superman that looked kind of like Robin Williams. And fuck it, here's my thing. I don't care. I'm not gonna be able to do any better than that. And Merca just like she is so cool, man. And she barely speaks. She speaks English, but she is definitely not her first. She's Italian, so she doesn't speak very good English. But everyone was like, was loving her so much because she's such a bubbly person. So that's the end of my little spiel about that. But man, that was a great experience watching those folks talk and stuff like that. That's all I have to say about that. All right, next one is What's Good. What's Good is just going to be very short. I don't have very much myself. I haven't had a chance to read a lot of stuff. So very quickly, here's What's Good. I was going to include Scott's book into What's Good, but I've already done it. But I can mention it again. Be sure to check out Scott Hazelwood on Instagram, and we'll leave that down in the post of his Instagram address. But what I have read is it's not a super long book, but it's an ash can, and I can partially thank Mark from Legion of Comics. He did a very cool breakdown of this. This is talking about the Ghost Machine World, Hyde Street, coming out. I want to say in October, early October. I want to say this is going to be, man. Everything they're making is just the shiznizzle, but this is really got me. And the horror anthologies are all the rage now. I mean, a lot of good ones out there for sure. And I think this is going to be one that's going to just be off the chain, man. This is a Jeff John, Ewan Reese is writing it, of course. Who's the artist on this first? I keep forgetting who the artist is on here, but the art in here is just like it's just the black and white art on this one here. I guess it'll be full color, but look at the detail on that, man. This is just amazing. This
yeah. The Ghost Machine team, they don't play, man. Their books are awesome.
They do not at all. And this is going to be, and you can see this like little creepy. I remember this character. I forget what his name was, but he was in some books before, some issues previous before in the Ghost Machine world, and he's a creepy little character that shows up, man. And then they got this. Everyone my age and older. Is there anyone older than me? But everyone around my age remembers these ads
somewhere
from the
is.
old comic books. Yeah, somewhere there is. That's right. And they just do their own take on these ads, man. And this character Devour, the book called Devour, with this really creepy looking character in there. I guess they're going to be in Hyde Street too. And Mr. X-Ray is the main character. He's like, I don't know if he's like maybe like the crypt keeper, kind of a host kind of a thing going on there. But man, this is going to be a thing. This is going to be a thing. I turn a new decade soon. Yeah. Don't we all, man? All right, so that's my what's good. That's all I got is that. But I think this is something to look out for. Don't sleep on it.
Mojo had to come through and make sure that he showed his love for Merca and Dolfo as well.
And who doesn't love Merca? I mean, you don't love Merca. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Her and a little horny comics that she draws. She's a very, very good artist and a writer too. So she does it all. All right. So what do we got? I did this week's haul. I did stuff from Portland. Did what's good. So I guess next the only thing left is to show the new comics for next week. Let's be moving on down the list here. First thing,
I only have 4
Total
books.
Eclipso, Batman.
Only
Is
4
that-
books on my pull list next week. That's crazy.
Only
I don't
4?
think only 4. I don't understand how that's possible, but yeah, I only have 4. I might have to fix
Only
that.
4?
Look, I'm gonna need your help this week. Help
I know,
me
man.
add to that. That's too low. I got to give my LCS more money
All
than
right.
that.
I think I might have a couple for you. There's no slim pickings around this week, so that's a good thing. Last week was a different story. Jenny Sparks. I haven't read my Jenny Sparks yet. I think I got that coming from one in the My Comic Shop or either T-Fall. I forget which. But anyway, it's coming. This one, you're not pulling this. I don't know why you're not pulling this. Probably because, you're pulling a million other things.
Yeah.
Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 31. This, Mark Waid's still writing it. They're going to switch interior artists to Adrian Gutierrez. Dan Mora, for now, is still doing covers. And there are some very cool covers. Among them is this one, which is the Nicola Scott. Actually, doing like spotlight cards throughout the DC universe, and this is Aquaman throughout the years, which is kind of nice. There was a point when he lost his hand, right? I mean, when his hand was just like a hook, and I guess his hand grew back because now it's all normal. So all those Aquaman fans out there, I know you are many. Joking. But Aquaman is like the kind of a Rodney Dangerfield superhero, a little bit.
Oh wow, I didn't know this.
Edmund Galloman. This is cardstock. What didn't you know, son?
I'll wait till you get to it.
Okay. And this is my favorite, I think. The one for 25, Marco the Alfonso cardstock variant. I very well may get this one. I like this a lot. I love the brightly colored simplicity and primary color palette of this this kind of a thing. Love this stuff. Love. All right. Back to the mainstream. Wonder Woman's doing well with my guy at the wheel. Avengers, Incredible Hulk number 17 coming up on that 800th issue, I want to say. Not just yet. I can make all kinds of jokes about Catwoman and carrying a cat in the window, but I will not. I will take the high ground on that one. What else we got? Destro, I think. Spider-Boy Annual. I don't know about that. And the Long Halloween, the last Halloween number 0, I think it's just a reprint. So if you have all of the Long Halloween stuff already, it's probably no need to pick that up.
I bet I found. I think I found the penultimate book.
Okay, all right. Let's see if you're correct, sir. There are several possibilities, don't you know? No slim pickings. It's definitely not Dazzler number 1. Dazzler number 1.
$10 says I'm right.
$10.
Dazzler number 1 is the one I said, I didn't know about. Dazzler is back.
Dazzler is back, but I don't know, man. Dazzler is back, but I don't know this creative team. I don't know, what's happening. I don't know. So Katie loves that Catwoman cover. Must be a big cat fan too.
Jay Ryan, I do not see a Destro sketch cover for number 4.
Destro sketch cover?
No, I don't see one.
What does she speak of?
The
Ice Cream Man.
The Art and Times of Jay Ryan was asking, is there a Destro sketch cover? And I was just saying, it doesn't look like there is.
Oh, okay. On the app that we all have, Ice Cream Man has been optioned. Ice Cream Man is, I forget what production company is behind it. I could check the app real quick, but it has finally been optioned. Means it could be 10 years before before you see anything from them, or it could be next year. Who knows?
No,
it could be tomorrow. Could be 10 years. You never know.
At least 3 years. At least
it's a great, easily executable concept because it doesn't require a lot of CGI, and it could fit into any streaming service, I think, pretty well. So I don't know. We'll see. It's closer to a longer time. Okay, for instance, you're probably closer to right because we talk about what's the furthest place from here being optioned at some point.
Yeah,
and
got to.
But they're the same. Tyler Boss. Their 4 kids walk into a bank. It's just now
option. Yeah.
Just now being optioned. That was like how many years ago? That was like
2016.
2016. Yeah. So that's been almost 8 years, going on 9 years. So it could take a while, but
good sign for what's the furthest place from here, guys. I think what's the furthest place from here. It's just a matter of time till that gets optioned. I truly believe that.
Absolutely. Lucky and fruitly.
Phil said it, dude. Phil said it. It's so strangely drawn to this book. I'm curious about this book. I love finding out new information in this book. I like exploring new areas in this book. I love it. It's one of my favorite books.
Hey, Juno. Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, there he is.
To get the Baroness. Oh, get the Baroness.
I'm going to buy that. When they do a hardcover, I'm absolutely buying it, Phil. No question. I was just saying yesterday that I think that I'm probably going to eventually get rid of all my floppy comics and have a hardcover comic collection. Because I absolutely
go all Jim Mint.
I love hardcover comics, man. I really do.
So you're going to go all Jim Mint and get the omnibuses, huh?
Hardcover.
Power Fantasy. Power Fantasy, I recommend number 2 is coming out. If you haven't read that, find number 1 somewhere. There's been a second printing and read that book. It's a lot going on in there, and I mean that in a good way. What else? Thundercats. I've not read a Thundercats yet. I bought number 1 for the cover, and that was it. That was not my era. It's one of those things where your nostalgia does not cover that. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people it does, but it's not for me. Speaking of Jenny Sparks, number 2. You gonna say?
I was just gonna say, watching closely to see if you skipped the book that I think is the penultimate. Go on.
Go on. All right. Rat City chugging right along. Okay, maybe that's an ongoing series then. All right. All right. Let's take a look at this one here. I don't know if this is the one you're talking about or not, but this is a big one.
Is it the penultimate? Because this is my pick.
It's not the penultimate. I'm sorry.
Damn it!
Good try.
Damn it! I thought for sure I would have lost $10.
Oh, I should have bet you. Damnation. I definitely should have bet you on that.
Wrong. I definitely added this one to my list, so I now have 5 books.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is one you should add to your list, though. But as far as the penultimate book goes, you were. Yes. But nice try, son.
They're eating dogs. They're eating the cats.
I swear to God, they are. Oh, God. Can you make yourself look like more of a clown? I don't think you can. All right.
America, baby.
America, fuck yeah.
I didn't watch anything. I just saw that clip and I was like, what?
Highlight. Oh my God. Oh my God. It writes itself.
What happened? What did I miss?
All right, so this is a DWJ, so it's going to be awesome. It's written. Before you know it, he's not going to be drawing anymore. He's just going to be writing and making that big writer money. That'd be kind of a shame because I think he'll always be drawing because he loves to draw. I think he'll always be doing stuff. The moon is following us. These people and their 6-year-old daughter Penny. They love her more than anything else in the world, but she's taken by the cascade, an evil force that they barely understand. And now Sam and Duncan must fight side by side with the magical beings Penny cherished to try and bring her back before she's gone forever. You can't have that now. So a lot of good A-list talent on this book. Yeah. See, open order copies of this is Daniel Warren Johnson wraparound. So you know it's awesome. This guy, such a style. Such a style. He makes so many books too. Ryan Stegman's got a thing going on. I like a lot of Ryan Stegman stuff. Some people don't like him, but I think he's done some, especially on covers.
What book did you like him on? The last volume of Hulk, I think, right? With Donny Cates, I think.
Was that him?
It might have been. I might be wrong on that though.
I think no. Ryan Otley was with Donny Cates,
that's
and he brought the ship in for a landing after Donny had to bail. So yeah, that's what I was like really proud of about Ryan Otley's work. I love Otley more than Stegman, but Stegman's good too. Stegman's good too. That's all black and white. So yeah, a lot of excitement about this book. A lot of excitement. So I think you should add this to your pull list for sure. Sir.
Done deal.
All right. I think you should add Moon Man to your list, but it's another story.
Yeah.
Oops. I'm lost here. Here we go. Yeah, Moon Man.
I bought number 1, and then I cut it because I just never got around to reading number 1.
That's the thing. It's a numbers game, you know?
Yeah.
Epitaph from the Abyss number 3. Last issue was good. So support that. This is a limited trial balloon series from Oni/EC, but still support them because they need that help. Sam and Twitch Case Files, buy that shit, man. It's $2.99. $2.99. Great book. I never thought I'd see a book by Todd, written by Todd. I think he's a co-writer, but not my favorite writer. But that book is very, very, very good. Maybe it's because he has a co-writer helping him out with some stuff. But love him as an artist, but as a writer, not always. Kill All Immortals. I thought I ordered number 1 of that, but apparently I didn't. So I'm not reading it. It's a really nice cover. But that's another story. The Violator. It is the Violator. It is not the Violator. Oh, finally the origin of the Violator. I don't know if anyone is familiar with that. I know there's Spawn people out there who are, but I don't think they've ever told the origin of the Violator. So that's what this short series is going to be about. Paranoid Gardens. A lot of people I know like this. Damien, if you're watching out there, shout out. I know he loves this. All right. Batman Day 2024. Now this, I pre-ordered this. Batman and Elmer Fudd special. I think it's a reprint. I know, right? Need to do a spit take on that one. Batman and Elmer Fudd get together and they solve crimes. I don't know what the fuck they do. Batman and Elmer Fudd. I don't know what's happening.
Tom King is writing it. Tom King is writing it.
How crazy is that?
Is that right? What the hell is going on with this?
How crazy is that? Yeah.
Curiosity has got me on this one. I don't know. There's no description.
There's no description whatsoever. No description whatsoever. Oh,
here we go. Previews World has one. So just real quick. After a chance meeting with billionaire Bruce Wayne, Elmer Fudd's obsession quickly escalates into stalking Batman through the dark alleys and high-class social settings of Gotham City. Welcome to Bat Season, and the bonus Looney Tunes backup story features DC characters written by Tom. Bro, give me this. I'm buying it. What is this? I'm buying it, dude. I don't know what it is, but I'm buying it. Adding it. We got 6 on the pull list now.
I don't feel so bad that I pre-ordered that one then. Like, I don't have to pre-order this.
Okay. I'm in. I don't know what's going on, but sign me up.
Absolutely, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, year 1 homage. Oh, yeah, you bet it is. Wink, wink. Yes, sir. All right. So love Ian Bertram. Yeah, I know, man. I know.
It's not. It looks like it's sold out on T-Fall, so hopefully I can find it.
Is it? Oh, wow. I'm glad I pre-ordered then. Whoa.
It looks like it is. Yeah.
Someone said it's a reprint from years ago that's hard to find. I could be wrong about that, but not quite sure. Could be. Ultra Mega. Maybe that's why they did that cover, or I should say James Herron, who's the writer / artist on Ultra Mega, one of the few kaiju books that I've really loved recently. So number 5 is picking up where number 4 left off. My point was that James Herron did that cover for the Transformers. Was it Transformers or Void Rivals? That had that one per story that was Transformers. Okay, the last issue of Transformers, number 11. Okay, yeah. So yeah, maybe that's what just like all of a sudden you hear from him and haven't heard from him in a while, but probably because he's got this book coming out, and that's a thing that you should look forward to, because that is some kick-ass art. I mean, I was mistake him for Daniel Warren Johnson because their art is very similar because it's so detailed and it's just like so all over the place in a good way. You know, it's just like that's like tight but loose. I don't know how it helps to explain it, but it's a great style that both those men have. This one, I tell you, was very, very, very close to being the penultimate book, and that is the Tin Can Society. This is a miniseries. It is written by Peter Warren and Francesco Mobili. I'm not familiar with Peter Warren's writing that much, but this is a new miniseries from the Giant Generator. The Giant Generator imprint from Image. The first stunning issue of a brand new miniseries from Giant Generator, showcasing the first comic artwork from screenwriter and incredible talent Peter Warren, the things that he's done there, with jaw-dropping art by Francesco Mobili and beautifully colored by Chris Chuckery. Johnny Moore is a world-famous tech mogul known as much for his work pioneering mobility aids for people with disabilities like himself as he is for moonlighting as the metal-suited vigilante Caliburn. But when Johnny is found murdered and his suit stolen, his estranged childhood best friends reunite to solve the mystery of his murder. Wow, so this was really, really interesting to me. Just the very concept of it was it talks about disability, ableism, and the destructive power of fame, all things that I think are very timely and warranted subjects. So if I could have found any kind of artwork or any kind of trailer from these folks, I would totally have made this the penultimate book. So if you had guessed this one, you'd have probably been more dead on. The other one was a good pick too, but I think the other one, this one I should say, is even more bigger, I should say. All right, so time's wasting, and it looks like we've gotten to that point where it is time for the penultimate book, sir. There was a valiant guest. It was not a guest today, but keep trying. That no prize could be in the mail for you. Get that shiny no prize in the mail to you right away. And now it is time for the penultimate book. And this week, that book is also from Distillery, and it is called The Missionary. I'll tell you what, it was very, very, very hard to find trailers this week. I mean, people are just like, man, they're not making the trailers like they used to. I mean, these folks, you're just making me work here. So I had to like look high and look low because I was not going to make one this week. I was not going to do that work. So I actually found something on, I think it was Instagram, and it's in portrait, which I hate. I think everything should be filmed in landscape, but that's just me being an old prude. So this is the only thing I can find that is relevant to that book.
Old man yells at cloud.
You're not safe for work. Would have looked a lot better if it was in landscape, but that's just me. All right. Hey, Sledhead, what's happening? What's happening? You're just in time for this Penultimate Book. 48-page series debut from Distillery. Oh, this is a great concept too. Bryce Hunter is a devoutly religious man whose faith is suddenly shattered when he catches his wife being intimate with an elder from his church. Clutch the pearls. This harrowing event sends Bryce spiraling into the hands of a demonic entity named I had it pronounced yesterday. I forgot. Uvidus, I think Uvidus is the name of the character. Uvidus, instead of rejecting possession, Bryce accepts Uvidus. Bryce wants to learn to be bad, and Uvidus wants to be less than completely evil. But before Bryce can use this new partnership to finally live a little, the world's greatest exorcist sees Bryce as his greatest challenge. But that's not even the worst of it, as a murderous group of demons breaks free from hell and threatens to reshape Earth into a kingdom over which they rule. The combination of Bryce and Uvidus allows Bryce to manifest demonic powers to fight both the evil and the good forces who want him destroyed. The fate of eternity hangs in the balance as Bryce and Uvidus must fight to not just survive, but reconcile their opposite natures and become the missionary. An action-packed story that features demons, gun battles, and friendships for the ages. Say no more. Say no more. Am I seeing another add-on to your list there, sir?
I am debating it. I don't know. I'm debating it.
How about anybody else?
I have so many magazine-sized books. I do need to get a box for them.
Yes. You see, I don't know if you see, you follow Distillery on Instagram, which you should. But they have a thing where one of the posts says, like, one person says, "I don't buy your books because I don't have a box." Problem solved. We sell boxes. They sell these Distillery boxes like these ones right here. You know, the fancy pants. Look at that. I mean, that's all. Those are all distilleries.
Not Distillery, but they're all my magazine size.
All your magazines? Oh yeah, I got way more than that. Yeah, I got I got I think 2 magazine boxes full of magazines size books. I'm gonna be looking at some more magazine boxes pretty soon. I bought those Distillery one. Yeah. I don't know where I can buy those Distillery boxes from. I mean, I don't think every comic shop sells those because these boxes here, my LCS, the one that sells these, sells them for like, how much are these things? Like at least $12 or $15, I think, for those ones with the designs on them, with the comic book, like Wakanda and Spider-Man and so forth. So a big one is probably going to be at least $20. Yes, you see those plastic size. Oh my God, those are fancy pants, Phil. Those are for serious collectors. Oh yeah, I mean I'm serious, but I don't know if I'm serious about paying like $50 a box for them. But those are very, very, very nice boxes. In my ideal world, I have steel shelves and those boxes are only. That's my goal that I'm working forward to. Anywho, I'm picking this up. I think I pre-ordered it already. If I didn't, I will. So the missionary, folks, it looks like it's going to be a banger. All right, so moving on down to the next and final book. Whoa, what happened? What happened?
Otani having a night, it sounds like.
Oh, those were tiny. Now, is he in the 50-50 club yet?
47-48.
47-48. Oh Lord, this guy is just not fair.
This guy.
All these people on that one team is just not fair. Lilith, number 1. That's going to be. There's not. I think I talked about that before. It is not Fraser Crane's ex-wife, but it is also.
Yeah. That was supposed to come out already, right?
Yeah. It's supposed to. It's one of those things that's been slowed down a bit. The Graveyard Club is kind of it's an R.L. Stine thing, so it's kind of all ages, I guess. It is also from Boom. Boom does that all ages thing. Oh wow, there's the Elmer Fudd Noir. Did I order that one? I hope I did. I'm not sure which one I ordered, but that one's pretty cool. The Batman Day Elmer Fudd special.
I'll be looking for. I don't know what my problem is, but I want these books. I want it.
It looks good though, man. Rifters is good. About these people traveling. Time travel is always a great subject for comics. Self-help is good. What else we got? Guilt Frame is probably good. I just didn't buy it because we're out of money. And the last thing we want to take a look at is The Body Trade. That is from our guy Zach Thompson. At least my guy Zach Thompson.
Mad Cave. We love Mad Cave.
We do. This was also a penultimate contender, but couldn't find Jack. I found Zach on League of Geeks, talking about it, but I couldn't find any trailers or anything, or really any artwork to go on this book. But it was very close to being one. Kim Krillick is a divorced ex-con who's trying to atone. We all. However, his short temper tends to get the best of him. When he returns to Florida to bury his estranged son, he's sickened to find an empty grave. His son's remains were sold into the body trade. Armed with righteous fury, Kim sets out to reclaim his child's corpse. But one act of vengeance causes everything to spiral out of control. The body trade is an unrelenting revenge story set against the backdrop of America's aftermarket of for dead bodies. I know that existed. Kind of messed up. Critically acclaimed writer Zach Thompson blow away into the unbeing, which he's got going on right now. And he's done several books that are even better than that. And star artist Jock in Hell We Fight team up for this neo-noir crime thriller rife with bloodshed and brutality in the tradition of Blue Ruin and Hell or High Water. What say ye?
That's yeah, I might add this one.
Yeah. No. You're welcome.
I love Man Cave. So yeah.
They make way more hits than they do misses. I think Man Cave does. A lot of good stuff going on from those folks. There's only one extra. This is the Jacob Phillips. Oh, Jacob Phillips. Jacob Phillips, another great talent. He does a lot of work. Is that Russo? I want to. Lots of. First of all, what's that thing? Oh God damn, I can't remember that. Jacob Phillips is good. Trust me. I don't know, but Jacob Phillips. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about, but I just couldn't pull up the card. The computer wouldn't bring the right search up. But yeah, you can't go wrong with this book. Zach Thompson. I love that photo of him right there. So innocent. This guy can write. He's wrote a lot of stuff. Breathe the Body, Brother of All Men. Love his stuff. And check this out because it's going to be worth it. Sean Phillips' son. Okay.
Oh.
And Jock is involved in that too. Okay. Sorry about. If Shohei, if he really couldn't even, damn it, if he never pitched again, you know what I mean? So what? Because he is so good as a hitter and as a base runner. I mean, a man that size should not be that fast. So he's, if you never, everything he does on the mound is just gravy. It's just having him, at bat is enough right there. So you guys are the Yankees and the Dodgers, the rich keep getting richer. So good luck to see why everyone hates both your teams. You beat us all the time. All right, so that's all we got, folks. Coming in pretty much on time, on schedule. So that is awesome that that we were able to make it. So man, I think we all deserve a giant round of applause for that, folks, because yeah, you know how that is. Yeah. I got the timer to work right. So what do you got going on, son? Coming on
Just
up.
that, as usual, every Tuesday night, the night before tonight, we have FOC and Chill over on my channel. We talk about drama a lot, but really the show, we talk about whatever the guests want to talk about. So link is always in the chat. You guys decide which direction things go for the night. Check it out. We always have a good time, and we've been making some waves lately. People are posting videos about FOC and Chill here recently.
Ooh, man.
Yes.
Just making
drama.
some noise out there.
If you're looking for,
that's right.
If you're looking for it, let me know. I'll show you where it is.
It's been my experience that that's a strong contingent that never wants to have any FOC on that FOC and Chill.
Very strong.
They race to go, no. There ain't gonna be no FOC on this FOC.
If I get anywhere near it, people come running. It's true.
Oh yeah, that is true. There's folks that are just like, you know what? How about more about chill than FOC, which is just fine. You know, give them folks what they want. You know, give the people what they want. That's what I'm talking about. All right, you know me. I'm going to be trying to get out a video with the for the Portland experience coming up pretty soon, and I'm behind on a couple of reviews too. So I'll be putting out at least one of those in the upcoming week as well, and also trying to post stuff on Instagram with my 2 comic strips that I'm trying to run concurrently. So God help me, I'm trying to do all these things at once. All right, so and thank you, Critical Entertainment. Thank you for that, and good luck to KD and my son and Damien, who are way more deserving of stuff like that than I am. So and Scotty Vaughn, of course, who along with Katie is one of the hardest working people in the comic book community. So that's going to do it. Until next time, y'all, be good to yourselves, be good to others, and just peace and love. So until next time, we'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Peace.
Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!
Is a fire really necessary?
Ask them.